You are killing your plants without even realizing it. It's not a lack of water. It's not the sun. It's not pests. It's something you do every day, with the very best of intentions, thinking you're actually helping. And this silent mistake is destroying everything you've planted before it even has a chance to grow. Stick around until the end, because at the 7-minute mark, I'm going to show you what ancient farmers did differently, something that nobody teaches anymore. It's simple, it's inexpensive, and it will completely transform the way you care for your plants. But first, answer me one thing in the comments: have you ever planted something with the utmost care, only to have the plant die anyway for no apparent reason? Let me know down below. Because what I'm about to show you today likely explains exactly what happened. Let's start at the very beginning. When you pick up a seedling, a bag of soil, and a small pot, and start planting, what goes through your mind? Most people think about water, sunlight, and fertilizer. That's the basics, everyone knows that. But there is a layer that no one sees, that no one talks about, and it is precisely where everything starts to go wrong. This layer is called living soil. And yes, soil is alive. More alive than you could ever imagine. A single handful of healthy soil contains more living organisms than all the human beings who have ever existed on the face of the earth. Bacteria, fungi, earthworms, protozoa, tiny beetles, all working together, all nourishing your plant in a way that no chemical fertilizer could ever replicate. Once you understand this, everything changes. Because the mistake that everyone makes lies exactly right here. People treat the soil as if it were merely a support structure, just something to hold the roots in place. And that is where the trouble begins. The first mistake, and the most common of all, is overwatering. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? You think, more water equals more life. But it doesn't work that way. When you water excessively, you drown the soil. The oxygen that the roots need to breathe vanishes completely. The beneficial bacteria die off. The fungi that help the plant absorb nutrients vanish. And what is left? Bad fungi, root rot, and a plant that slowly withers away, day after day, while you keep watering it, thinking you're actually helping. The old-time farmer didn't have a garden hose. He didn't have a spigot in the yard. He watered with whatever he had, whenever it was needed, and, above all else, he observed the soil. He would stick his finger into the earth. If it felt moist 2 centimeters below the surface, he wouldn't water. Simple as that. This technique has a name today. Agronomists call it demand-based irrigation, but the old farmer simply called it common sense. Now, pay close attention, because here comes something very few people know. There is a specific signal your plant gives off when it is suffering from overwatering, and that signal is almost identical to the sign of underwatering. The leaves droop. People see this, panic, and water even more. That is the exact opposite of what they should be doing. If the soil is moist yet the plant is drooping, the problem is excess water, not a lack of it. Stop watering, loosen the soil with a fork or a stick, and let it breathe for 2 days. You will be amazed by its recovery. But overwatering is just the beginning. There is a second mistake, one that is even more destructive, which the vast majority of people make without having the slightest clue. It is the use of bagged garden soil, dense, compacted, and lifeless. That dark soil you buy at the store looks appealing because it has such a rich, beautiful color. But in most cases, it has been sterilized, laced with chemicals, and possesses absolutely no microbial life. It is dead soil. You plant in dead soil and then sit there waiting for a miracle. So, what did traditional farmers use? Their own homemade compost. They would take the peels, the stems, the dried leaves, and the animal manure, and create a soil so rich that plants grew almost effortlessly. But I know what you're thinking: I don't have the space, I don't have animals, I don't have the time. That's okay. I'm going to give you the minimalist version, the one anyone can do in an apartment if they need to. Save your banana peels. That's right. Banana peels are one of the most powerful natural fertilizers out there, packed with potassium, phosphorus, and calcium. You can bury them directly in the soil around the plant, or make a simple tea. Place the peels in a jar with water, let them soak for 48 hours, and use that water to water your plants. Your plants will respond within just a few days. This isn't a myth, it's basic biochemistry. Farmers in the countryside have been doing this for decades and have never had to buy fertilizer in their lives. Now, I need to pause here for a second and ask you, have you ever tried using any homemade fertilizers on your plants? Let me know in the comments what you've used. Because later in this video, I'm going to talk about an ingredient that is probably sitting in your kitchen right now, one that almost no one uses in the garden, and that can triple your plant's growth rate. Stick around, and I'll get to it. Mistake number 3. This is a big one. Planting at the wrong time. The moon isn't just some grandma's superstition. Look, it's science. The ancients observed for centuries that the moon influences the movement of water within plants, just as it influences the ocean tides. Planting during the waxing moon, especially between the first quarter and the full moon, results in plants with greater vigor, increased pest resistance, and faster growth. This has been studied and documented, and organic farmers all over the world still use the lunar calendar to this day. You don't need to be an expert. You just need a simple lunar calendar, which you can find for free on any app. Plant during the waxing phase, prune during the waning phase, and harvest during the full moon, when the sap is at its peak. Your results will be transformed. And when your neighbors ask what you're doing differently, you can either keep the secret to yourself or share it. But make sure you share this video first, okay? Now we've reached the point I promised right at the beginning, the secret that ancient farmers used, one that nobody teaches anymore. Are you ready? Coffee grounds. That's right. What gets thrown in the trash at your house every day is actually one of the best soil amendments in existence. Coffee grounds are slightly acidic, rich in nitrogen, and serve as a direct food source for earthworms and soil bacteria. Simply mix them directly into the soil around your plants, about 1 tablespoon per week, and watch the soil come back to life. Plants such as tomatoes, strawberries, blueberries, roses, and ferns respond spectacularly to this treatment. If you have a weak-looking tomato plant, give this a try for 15 days and let me know how it goes. However, there is one important caveat: do not use too much. 1 tablespoon per plant per week is plenty. Using too much will make the soil overly acidic, which can harm plants that prefer neutral soil, such as lettuce and carrots. Anything in excess becomes a poison, even natural remedies. Now we come to the fourth mistake, and this is the one that surprised me the most when I first learned about it: exposing newly transplanted seedlings to direct sunlight. When you take a seedling out of its bag or nursery bed and transplant it into a pot or a new location, it goes into shock. Its roots have been disturbed, its environment has changed, and the plant is vulnerable. If you expose it to strong, direct sunlight during the first 48 hours, it may not survive. Gardeners of old called this transplant burn. The solution is ridiculously simple. For the first 2 days after transplanting, place the plant in light shade or partial shade. Give it time to adapt. Afterward, gradually introduce it to full sunlight. This simple step alone saves 80% of the seedlings that typically die shortly after planting. And it's free, it costs you nothing, it simply requires a little observation. Now, I want you to do something. Pause this video for a second, go to the nearest pot or garden bed you have, stick your finger about 2 centimeters deep into the soil, and check whether it feels moist or dry. If it feels moist, don't water it today. If it feels dry, water it sparingly. This simple gesture alone puts you ahead of 90% of people who care for plants. Before I share the final secret in this video, I need to ask you for one thing. If you've made it this far, if you've learned something new today, please hit the like button right now. This simple gesture helps this channel reach more people who could benefit from this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell, because every week, we release new content just like this, free, practical, and straight to the point. The final mistake, and perhaps the most philosophical one of all, is impatience. Nature operates on its own timeline. A tomato seed takes anywhere from 7 to 14 days to germinate. An avocado seedling might take months to establish a strong root system. Yet, during this waiting period, most people give up. They assume something has gone wrong, they upend everything, and they start over from scratch, thereby destroying a process that was actually working just fine. The old-school farmer would plant it and forget it. Not in the sense of abandonment, but in the sense of trust. He prepared the soil carefully, planted at just the right time, watered sparingly, and let nature do its work. He knew that anxiety doesn't speed up growth. It only gets in the way. So, the summary of this entire video is this: stop overwatering, use living soil, plant during the waxing moon, make use of coffee grounds, protect your newly transplanted seedlings, and have patience. This isn't magic. It's what farmers did before there was industry, before there were chemicals, and before there were supermarkets. And it worked so well that entire civilizations survived for millennia relying on nothing but this. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these mistakes were you making without even realizing it? I bet you recognized at least one of them today. Write it down below. I read every comment and reply whenever I can. In the next video, I'll show you how to create soil so fertile that your plants will grow to double their normal size, using only things you already have at home. Don't miss it. Until then, take good care of your land, because if you take care of the land will take care of you.